Daily Thoughts, Friday, the 22nd of May 2026. Describe a new law you would implement. If I were to propose a new law, I would focus on addressing the growing concern regarding juvenile delinquency and the increasing severity of crimes committed by young offenders. While I have not spent much time pondering legislative changes in the past, reflecting on the state of society today has made me realize that some behaviors simply cannot be ignored or treated with leniency. Recently, I discussed this topic with my partner, and his perspective was quite extreme. He suggests that thieves should face harsh physical penalties upon being caught, as he feels strongly about the injustice of theft and believes it should be treated with the utmost severity. While the idea of such a brutal physical punishment is undeniably harsh, I found myself agreeing with the core concept that certain crimes, especially those that violate the rights of others, require a much stronger and more definitive response than what is currently in place. I'm particularly worried about the trend of young people engaging in increasingly dangerous and disruptive behavior. It seems that the lack of accountability for younger criminals has led to a cycle where their actions only get worse over time because they believe there are no meaningful consequences for their choices. If I had the authority to implement a new law, I would introduce stricter regulations and more serious punitive measures for juvenile offenders who commit repeat or violent acts. The goal would not be to simply punish them, but to provide a firm and clear deterrent that emphasizes personal responsibility. Young people need to understand early on that their actions have real world impacts and that the justice system is not just a revolving door of empty warnings. By implementing a system that enforces mandatory rehabilitation programs combined with serious consequences for those who refuse to change, we could potentially guide them towards a more productive path. It is a difficult balance to strike as we want to allow room for growth and redemption, but we must also protect the community and uphold a standard of safety. Society functions best when there is a shared understanding of boundaries and a collective respect for the law. I believe that by taking a more serious stance on the conduct of young criminals, we can foster a safer environment for everyone and perhaps prevent these individuals from falling further into a life of crime as they enter adulthood. This would be a challenging law to implement, but I believe it is a necessary step towards restoring order and accountability in our modern society.